For a reaction video. Hello guys, welcome back to our video. Today, I'm going to react to one Bright Size videos, but first, let me introduce you to my breakfast. This is my juice, these are my pancakes. So let's react to, if a whale swallowed you, what would happen? Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy. Hey, drink. Starting in 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to the Survive No Matter What show. Today, our host Alberto will perform a crazy trick. Last year, he lived in a cave with a grizzly bear for 2 months and managed to survive. You remember how Alberto smeared himself with minced meat and jumped into a pool with piranhas? I hope you haven't forgotten how Alberto grilled a barbecue on an awakened volcano. Well, forget it. Today, Alberto will do the most dangerous and crazy trick in his life.
Get swallowed by a blue whale.
Viewers, he will get swallowed by a giant blue whale. Alberto goes to the North Atlantic. It's a vast area of water where you can meet blue whales and cachalots. He gets on a yacht and sails far from the shore. He's going to look for whales using echolocation and binoculars. A few days have passed. Alberto sits on board and studies the horizon. The sonar detects some movement. He looks toward the signal and sees a water fountain rising into the sky. It's a giant blue whale, the largest mammal on the planet. Yes, it's a mammal, not a fish. So, Alberto smears himself with oil to easily squeeze into the whale's throat. He takes an oxygen mask and jumps into the water.
Ever felt endless ads while watching your favorite videos? One click on privacyadblocker.com and say goodbye to ad inter.
Okay, guys, we're back. Which is the ad.
The blue whale opens its mouth and absorbs a massive amount of water. Its mouth is filled with whalebone. These are the bristles that replace teeth. They consist of keratin protein. Hair and nails are made of it. The whale draws in water and then pushes it out. The bristles prevent small fish and plankton from leaving the mouth along with the liquid.
Those poor little
Whalebone
fish
is
and
like a
plankton.
filter. Alberto swims closer. The whale takes a sip. It absorbs several dozen gallons of water and sucks up Alberto. Our hero is inside the storm. The water splashes in different directions, and a giant tongue the size of an elephant throws Alberto on different sides. Alberto tries to get to the throat, but the water splashes back out. Alberto slides along the tongue to the mouth's exit, but the whale closes his mouth, and he crashes into the whalebone. It's a little painful. A couple of bristles even fall off. The tongue wants to push him out, but Alberto manages to squeeze into its throat. But here, he meets a block. He can't go further because of the structure of the whale.
Credit to
This
Brightside,
colossal animal's throat
they
is
made this
tiny,
awesome video.
the size of a fist, but it can stretch. Alberto had foreseen this. That's why he smeared himself with oil. He stretches out to his full height and jumps into the throat. Now our hero finds himself inside a narrow esophagus. He slides on it like a slide in a water park. Then his speed decreases. The space becomes narrower. Now Alberto is crawling forward with difficulty. It's very slippery here, and Alberto can barely move. The esophagus contracts and pushes Alberto further. Now he's inside the stomach. It's dark, cramped, and smells awful. Alberto wants to light a match, but his pockets are entirely wet. And it's a bad idea to make a fire here. Firstly, there's almost no oxygen, which means no chance for a fire. Secondly, various chemical reactions occur inside the stomach, creating explosive gases. Alberto doesn't want that. He takes out a flashlight and examines the place. The walls of the stomach are narrow and constantly pulsating. Alberto can't stand up to his full height. He's knee-deep in some liquid. He sees skeletons of fish, shipwrecks, supermarket baskets, DVDs, a lamp, and a Moby Dick book around him. No, that's not true, as you're unlikely to find anything interesting inside a whale's stomach.
Interesting.
Maybe a plastic bottle or some small squid.
When do Jolly Ranchers get their huge fruit flavor?
the way,
Okay.
a cachalot, unlike a blue whale, has a wide and long throat. This allows it to swallow large prey whole. Technically, it can swallow a human with one sip.
One sip, you say?
Anyway, you can find many exciting things in the cachalot's stomach. Once,
A
this creature
capybara?
swallowed a giant squid whole. The length of the
Or a
squid
squid.
reached 46 feet. That's the size of a small bus. But the cachalot managed to swallow such prey thanks to the flexible structure of the squid's body. Okay, now let's get back to Alberto. There's a terrible smell in the whale's stomach. Plankton and small fish are digested in gastric juice. And why does it hurt so much? Alberto feels the stomach juice splitting his suit.
Oh no!
Alberto tries to get up, but it's too crowded in here. He hits the stomach walls with his hands, but nothing happens. The stomach narrows and squeezes Alberto more and more. The juice irritates his skin. Alberto shouts and waves his legs in different directions. He wants to cause a gag reflex, but it doesn't work. Alberto is desperate, and he doesn't know what to do. It seems that this is his last adventure. He closes his eyes and takes a deep breath. Stop. A deep breath. Precisely.
Yeah.
Alberto opens the oxygen tank and fills the stomach with fresh air. Now the whale begins
Insane.
to float and is filled with gas. The stomach is throbbing, the juice is foaming, and it seems a storm is coming.
A storm inside a whale's
So
stomach? That's
much
insane.
that they squeeze Alberto out through the esophagus. Together with the remains of fish and juice, he moves forward. The esophagus is getting narrower. Alberto finds it hard to breathe, but he sees the light at the end of the tunnel. The whale spits him out. Alberto is alive. He's happy that he managed to escape such an adventure unharmed. He returns to the boat and sails to the shore. But wait a minute. What's that swimming by right now? It's a cachalot.
Cachalot?
So it was.
Or a sperm whale?
Dives into the water again. He's heading straight for the mouth of this huge animal. The cachalot absorbs water. Several fish and an octopus get there along with Alberto. The cachalot pushes him with its tongue in different directions and swallows
We're almost near
all
the
the
end of
prey.
this video.
The throat is wide enough. Alberto easily manages to get there. But there's another problem. Alberto is already in a very tight esophagus where he can hardly breathe. And he doesn't have an oxygen tank. Alberto feels like he's been wrapped tightly in duct tape. He can't do anything, and there's no air here. He squeezes deep into the esophagus and feels that he is not alone here. In addition to the octopus, he feels the movements of large tentacles. Wow, it's a giant squid, and it seems it's still alive. Alberto shakes his whole body, but can't change anything.
That's
He
insane.
loses consciousness. The stomach walls are pressing on his face. At this point, Alberto bites it. An earthquake begins.
Finally,
All
you
that
buy a
lay in
whale
the stomach comes out. Finally, Alberto is outside. A colossal squid swims away as far as possible.
I thought they said, Bryce said it was
What
a,
happened to it?
it was a
Alberto climbs
giant
onto the
squid,
yacht.
not a colossal
He's the
squid.
happiest person on the planet right now. He starts the engine and heads to the shore. You must understand.
Okay, now we're reacting to What If's video.
Go on the
What would
adventure
happen if
always
you were
dreamed of,
swallowed,
with a fast and reliable
or if you were
coast-to-coast
swallowed by a whale?
Now you can
And there's an
expect a
ad,
total
really,
$1
out of all
a month
things.
when you get 2
Out of
unlimited
literally all things, there's an ad. Guys, this is not the end of this video yet.
Something is lurking in the water.
I don't want to see the one.
Close calls like this happen with whales more often than you might expect.
And they,
And although the people in these videos got away relatively unscathed, there's no denying that they were just meters away from being a whale's lunch.
and they were just,
But what would happen if they hadn't been so lucky?
oh yeah.
Could a human body survive being swallowed by a whale?
I think,
Has it
I don't
ever
think so.
happened
I mean,
before?
to be honest,
This is
it's
what
happening in
if.
Jurassic World,
And
but
here's what would happen
most
if
of
you were
swallow,
swallowed by a
start off by
whale.
swallowing her, but to be honest, she survived
If
and
you've
still
never
was
seen a
inside the
whale
stomach
up
of
close,
Moses.
it's hard to comprehend
Yeah.
just how monstrous they can really be. To put it in perspective,
The blue whale is the largest
animal on the planet.
on the planet. Yeah.
Its tongue alone weighs as
That's
much
the
as
same
an
I'm finding
elephant.
Dory.
It can fit anywhere between 400
Plus, this
and
video is only
500
4 minutes long,
people
so
in
we
its
don't have to
mouth.
worry about like
But we wouldn't have to worry about one of these guys swallowing us anytime soon.
Yeah, we don't
Their
have to worry.
anatomy makes it nearly impossible. Instead,
Yeah,
we
it's
should
the
be more
sperm
concerned
whale. That's
with
what
their
we should be
smaller
worried
cousins,
about.
sperm whales. In 1891, reports emerged that a man had been swallowed by one of these whales.
How's that even
And
possible?
although he lived to tell the tale, he would never be the same again.
How? Just how?
According to the story, James Bartley was swallowed when a whale attacked his ship, and he wasn't retrieved until the following day. When the crew found and killed the whale, they quickly brought it on board their ship and cut it open, revealing an unconscious but very alive James Bartley. His
How's that
face
even
and arms
possible?
were bleached white, and he was blind, all thanks to the stomach acids of the whale.
I don't think being blind is what you have to
However, as
worry
the
about.
years went by, people started poking holes in this story and questioned whether James had really been swallowed by a whale. I mean, wouldn't the stomach acids do more damage than just bleaching his skin?
Yeah.
Well, with the power of science, we took a closer look. And we quickly discovered that if you get swallowed by a whale, coming back out with shiny white skin would be the least of
The
your worries.
least. That's insane.
Okay,
Okay,
so the first
okay.
thing you
Why
have
are
to
they
know
using
is
humpback
that
whale?
once we're swallowed,
Because that's the most
we'd be
common.
getting shredded to pieces by the sperm whale's impressive set of teeth. Each
Yeah.
tooth is approximately 20 centimeters long. That's about the length of an average chef knife, and whales have anywhere from 40 to 50 of these.
That's insane.
Let's say you're lucky enough to make it past all of them. Next, you begin your descent down the throat.
How does that even
Not
work?
only would it be dark and slimy down here,
Slimy.
also find it hard to breathe
Slimy.
due to the lack of oxygen
Slimy.
and an increase in methane gas. As the whale's throat muscles constricted in and out to
Dude,
help
the
force
throat
you down,
muscles.
you also
Oh.
start to feel hydrochloric
We're 12
acid
minutes in.
beginning to eat away at your skin.
Well, my video.
I know what you're thinking. We just got into this whale, and James Bartley's story already seems pretty fishy. Well, you're not wrong, but what would be the fun in stopping now?
Yeah.
So next, you'd be dropped into the first and largest of the whale's 4 stomachs.
The largest,
Probably
he
be in
said.
there for a while, but on the bright side, you might have
The
some luck.
bright side. We just
All of the
reacted to
bioluminescent
Bright
squid or
Side's
two
videos.
being noshed on after your arrival. Sperm whales love neon flying squid.
Okay.
You'd better enjoy this brief light show because after this, you'd just be tossed from one stomach to the next, with
Dang.
the acids breaking down almost all
feel
of
like
your
that
body
would be so
until
cool.
you're just a bunch of bones being unceremoniously ejected from the whale's anus.
That's insane.
So yeah, it's pretty safe to say that there's no way you could be swallowed whole by a whale and live to tell the tale.
Yeah.
Sorry, James. You may have been able to fool people in the 1890s, but we're on to you now. As vast as they are and as monstrous as they might seem to us, whales actually have no interest in eating humans. And if they could...
Well, guys, that's for the end of this epic video.
Union of fruity sweet gummy and tangy crunchy nerds. Nerds gummy clusters. Unleash your senses.
Anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of this epic video. Reacted to 2 small by whale videos. So if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Credit to Air for this.